Hello viewers, welcome to my channel KSR English Made Easy. This channel is for those who want to develop their English language skills. If you like the videos, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you. This video is about the pronunciation of the suffix ed when it is added to the verbs, whether it is t, d or id. Now I am going to read a paragraph for all of you. One day, my mother wanted some vegetables. Then she went to a market nearby. She looked at all the vegetables and searched for fresh ones. Finally, she could find a pulling cart. Finally, she could find a pulling cart loaded with many items. In this passage, if you observe these words, this is wanted, this is she looked, and this is searched, this is loaded. If you observe all these four words, all these are verbs having a suffix ed at the end, but all these are pronounced in different ways. And what makes the difference in the pronunciation? Let us explore that. Let us see the pronunciation once again. Here the extension ed is pronounced as wanted, id, that is id. Next, she looked, this ed is t, looked, she looked at. And searched for the vegetables, this ed is searched, t, not searched, searched. Next, finally she could find a pulling cart loaded. This is not loaded, loaded, id, this is id. So here in all these pronunciations we have three sounds. One is wanted, another one is t, here is t, here is id. And finally she bagged a few items. Here we have another word, bagged, bagged, bagged. Here the extension ed, the suffix is d, bagged, this is d. So if we observe all these items, we have three pronunciations. One is id, another one is t, another one is d. So by this we can know there are three varieties of pronunciations to the ed suffix to the verbs, id, t as well as d. So what is the governing principle behind this? We have to know that. Let us continue with this. Here we have a very simple example. The fruits are washed, sorted and bagged at the orchard. The fruits are washed, sorted and bagged at the orchard. Here we can observe this ed sound as t, washed, sorted, not sorted, sorted, this is id, sorted, and bagged, this is d, bagged at the orchard. So we can find the three variations of the sounds of the suffix ed in all these cases. So we should know the underlying principle in a diagrammatical manner. So the ed here which is always added to the regular verbs at the end to form the past form as well as past participle gives three varieties of sounds. T, as we can see in washed, washed, not washed. D, as we can see in bagged, bagged. Next id, as we can see this in sorted, not sorted, sorted. Now observe all these words which are verbs, regular verbs, from right from the slap to the last word mouth. So here the rule is when the last letter ends in a voiceless consonant, all these are voiceless consonants here, pa, k, ch, g, s, sh, t, all these are voiceless consonants. So here we have given the list of voiceless consonants: p, k, ch, f, t, s, sh. But the ta is removed. Other than the t sound, when we have a verb with all these voiceless consonants, when we add ed to that, this ed should be pronounced as t but not d. For example, if you take all the consonants here is the word p. It's a voiceless consonant. When ed this is voiceless consonant p. When ed is added, slap ed, not slapped, it is slapped. This ed is t. Next voiceless consonant is k. When ed is added, k plus ed, t, cooked, cooked. This is slapped, this is cooked. Next one is thatch, ch, as we can see here in this ch. Okay. When we add ed to this becomes thatched, thatched, not thatched. Next one is laugh. This is f, is also a voiceless consonant. L-A-U-G-H-E-D, laughed, not laughed, laughed. He laughed at me. This is how we have to pass s, ed, past, past, not passed. Push, sh, p-u-s-h-e-d, pushed, t, pushed, not pushed. Mouth, this is the, this is mouthed, mouthed, not mouthed, mouthed. So if we observe from the top, the pa sound, when it gets ed, it becomes sta, slap, slapped. Cook, k, cooked. Thatch, ch, thatched. Laugh, f, laughed. Pass, s, passed. Push, sh, pushed. Mouth, t, mouthed. So these are all the ways we have to change the pronunciation when ed, when it is added to a sound that is the voiceless consonant. Now we shall see some of the examples for this to have a better understanding. Here, if you notice all these sounds here, my mother slapped me. My mother slapped me, not slapped me. She cooked food, not cooked. She cooked food. A thatched roof. We find some thatched roofs here and there in the villages. A thatched roof, not a thatched roof. He laughed at her, not laughed, laughed. I have passed the exam, not passed. I have passed the exam. So when we practice these sounds in a sentence, we can definitely modify or modulate our speech. Now the rule 2, if the last letter of a word ends in a voiced consonant, these are all the voiced consonants, they vibrate more. B, D, G, J, M, N, Ng, V, D, Z, J, L, R, Y, V. These are all the 15 voiced consonants. So other than this da sound, remove this da sound, this is not necessary. So when a word ends in any one of these sounds which are given here, then when we add ed to such a kind of word, that ed is pronounced as a voiced one, that is da. The ed is pronounced, the ed when it is added, the ed when it is added is pronounced as da, but not as t. Okay, this is the rule. Observe these words. Now observe these words with voiced consonants. This is rub, b, this is b, this is rubbed. This ed is pronounced as d, rubbed. This is bag, g, so ed is pronounced as bagged. Okay, this is judge, this is j, this is j, this is judged, this is judged, d. This is ma, voiced consonant, this is d, aimed. This is na, frown, na, frowned, d. This ed is d. And the last one, this one is love, v, 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 voiced consonant. So this becomes loved, loved. So when the verb ends in a voiced consonant, when we make it a past form or a past participle form, or when sometimes it is also used as an adjective, then the ed is must be pronounced as da, but not t or id. This is rule 2. Here are some examples which make us this concept very clear in a connected speech. Here we can see he rubbed his neck. He rubbed his neck. She bagged her luggage. She bagged her luggage. Bagged. She judged him correctly. She judged him correctly. Mother Teresa loved all the people equally. Mother Teresa loved. When we pronounce the v vibrated, teeth must come onto the lower lip, then the vibration comes. Mother Teresa loved all the people. Nick was teased. This is his voiced sound. That is why ed becomes d. Teased. I was called a crazy boy. I was called a la is a voiced sound, then ed becomes d. I was called a crazy boy. So all these words rubbed, bagged, judged, loved, teased, called. By these examples we can easily understand how the ed became the voiced da. This is rule 2. And we come to the rule number 3 of the sound of the spelling ed. The rule 3 is when the word ends in ta or da. If the verb ends in ta or da, then the ed is neither pronounced as ta or da, because already this word has ta and da in the ending. So the ed extension as it is shown here, it becomes id. It becomes id. This principle is very simple. If already the word has ta, then ta we can't pronounce two sounds at a time. That is why this e is added, id. For example, want, wanted, wanted. No, it is not like that. Wanted is wrong. Wanted. Mend, mended. I wanted a pair of shoes. Mend, mended. So we must always have our manners mended. Crowd, ed, this is crowded. Crowded, this ed is de, id. This ed is de. This ed is also id. Crowded. So this is a crowded street. Next one is bat. This ed is id. Batted, id. I have batted all the mosquitoes around me. I have batted all the mosquitoes around me. Next is fade. This ed. This ed is id. Faded. Faded. It's a faded shirt. Next, avoid load. This ed is loaded. The gun is loaded with the bullets. This is how all these sounds are pronounced. So this is the rule 3 of pronunciation of ed. Here are some examples for the rule 3, the id sound of ed spelling. He is a wanted criminal. Here ta is there, so ed becomes id. Wanted criminal. I batted, ta is there, so ed becomes id. I batted at the mosquitoes. A crowd, here da is there, so ed becomes id. A crowded area. So da is there. Mended, mended manners. The river is flooded. The river is flooded by the heavy rains. The color is fade. Da sound is there, ed becomes id. The color is faded. The color is faded. It is a loaded gun. It's a loaded gun. The da sound, when it is ed is added, this becomes id. Loaded gun. So dear listeners, practice all these sounds by many examples. Articulate with your mouth, then only these sounds become very easy, because we are learning pronunciation. But only by producing or articulating all these sounds, they become easy and simple also. Thank you. Have a nice day. If you like the video, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you.